This is day 901 of Arukh HaShulchan. Like my son couldn't share more of Arukh HaShulchan. Please tell me directly. Very greatly appreciated. They were doing Siman Tav Kuf Tzadik Aleph Siv Beis to Siv Yud. Base. Kaimon Lel Siman Kuf Chab Dal Kol Tfil She'ena Shatz Moti El Az Misha No Baki Lispala. By all tefillos, the Shliach Tzibur only exempts a person who is not familiar with davening. Hamisha is Baal Baso, so he can for davening his own. Ein Shliach Tzibur Motil, the Shliach Tzibur does not exempt him. Seven tefillos Kol Hashanah, that's in tefillos in the entire year. Rosh Hashanah Yom Kippurim, but by Rosh Hashanah Yom Kippur, Paskim Shli Rosh Hashanah, the Paskin and the animals after Rosh Hashanah, the same Shumotzi, Hashenu Baki, Kachu Motzi, that's Tabaki. It's like he's mostly a person who's not familiar. He's mostly a person who's familiar. Brachas, Arukh HaShulchan, because there are lots of brachas and they're very long, and it's very long. But this requires a very big condition. This is the Shliach Tzibur from beginning to end. And not interrupt with talking at all. It's very difficult for people. Our custom said everybody down is Musab. Silently from beginning to end. Himself to have davened silently. And then it's like the rest of the year. Both times in the Rashi tells us Eno Shatz Moti Sabaki Rishon Rosh Hashanah Yom Kippurim El Kshuonis Lo Yechol Espal. Another reason is that Rashi tells us that Shliach Tzibur only was Moti the people if they were had a compelling reason, an onus, which did not allow them to daven. Don't ask what kind of what's so extended in Kippur. Rosh Hashanah is very long. Yom Kippur is a video and Chet. The extends to one else. According to this, well, Shachas and Mincha also have Arichos. So why not have those tefillos of Yom Kippur, Shachas and Mincha also have a Shliach Tzibur Motzi? Because there are no korbanos. And therefore, it's not so extensive. Seems more likely that they'll say about the Shliach Tzibur's Motzi on Yom Kippur when Yom Kippur be over when there are additional brachos in Shemon Esrei. Evidently, it was a minute by the time the Gonim that the Tzibur did not daven all 9 brachos of Zichronos, including Zichronos Machos, Zichronos Ushofros, only 7 brachos. Shliach Tzibur Rak Mitzaltei Shabbos. Only Shliach Tzibur to add the extra 2. Chen Kosaber of Shir Gon of Haigon. Chen Ogu B'Shtei Yeshivos B'Bovel. That was the Shir Gon of Haigon, read the same thing, and that was a minute of both yeshivas, presumably Yisur and Pumbedisa and Bovel. Avaritz Geus Kosav Kibanu Michachomik Gedolim Shekibu Gam Heim Michachomik Gedolim Rav Shmuel HaLevi. We have a story from great sages who themselves received from great sages such as Rav Shmuel HaLevi, Shibam Rabbeinu Chanoch, Gedol Adar Loch Lamaisa, who received the Masorah from Rabbeinu Chanoch, who was the greatest of his generation, Halacha in practice, Tzibur Gaki V'Salam Tisha. The Tzibur also davens 9 brachos. Rosh Hashanah is Kimon V'Divrayim, and Rosh Hashanah is agreed with this. K'moshe Anu Osim like we do. V'Tama Rosh HaGoyim. Rosh Hashanah the Goyim. The Kim Shetiknu Deisha Rosh Hashanah. Since the Takanas Lachomim was to have 9 brachos in Rosh Hashanah. It was just having 7 brachos, and that you don't have to do the other 2. It's easily a bracha b'atola because it's not about Shemon Esrei. Ayin Sham. It's not a question of the Goyim. Says the Rosh Hashanah meaning the brachos Rosh Hashanah Shatz Motzi Gamas Habaki El Malchuyos Yuchana V'Shofros. That which the Shliach Tzibur, they hold that which Shliach Tzibur can be Motzi on Rosh Hashanah, even those people who are Bikim, who know about davening, is some Malchuyos Yuchana V'Shofros. And look at Malchuyos here as a separate component of the bracha, which even though we include Kedushas Hayom. Aval Sheva, but the 7 including the Kedushas Hayom component of the first bracha, which is added. A person obligated down on their own. Financial runs up here, the Ran learns this way, Ramban seems Ramban learns this way. Here's this your Rabbam Yerushalmi. There's a big boost to this from Yerushalmi. Ayin Shon. Kain Kach, Haisu Atakana, Chatchila of Ein Brachos Vatos. This is Takana to begin with. and they're not brachas batal. Dal, it seems to me. Somebody's driving Rosh Hashanah, he's on the road. Got stuck on the way somewhere for Rosh Hashanah, or he's going Rosh Hashanah. He's driving as an individual. He doesn't have a sitter. There's no hope from Rosh Hashanah by heart. So on the first three, the last three, which includes Malchus. And you're supposed to say about Mechatenu, but the Gemara knows that by heart. Him the different going to Yerushalmi. Ha'isa can't take on Yerushalmi because it's going to go and Yerushalmi. This was the original takana. It's not null today if there's no other choice. Imki Kain nearly, even though it seems that way to me. Nevertheless, the mice, the issue Sasha is everyone has to consider this further before actually passing this way the mice. Because maybe the whole takana was that David 7 was when you go here, the extra two later from the Shliach Tzibur. Even though he's no worse than the people who are out in the fields, you can't yismoch so therefore, just like they can line the Shliach Tzibur, he can line the Shliach Tzibur. Says even still, logically they say you should daven whatever you can daven. Even though he could have relied on the Shliach Tzibur, he was in the town, he's not going to hear him. So therefore, he should whatever he can daven. And since the time of the Gonim, that's the way they daven. So we can follow through with that type of davening even today. Hey, Hasfarim lo nagu lamar b'lagish korbanos musafim rak b'shavos or shchodesh to regila v'lo asin midday. I don't know this. The Hasfarim do not do the korbanos of the musafim. They'll mention them in the Shemona Esrei. Only Shabbos and Rosh Chodesh because we're accustomed to them. We're not going to make a mistake. Those Yontav no Rosh Hashanah Yom Kippur because people are not familiar with them. They're going to come to make errors. Yoti Nechavas and they fulfill the obligation. Just by saying, like it says in the Torah, by Moshe you're a servant from your glory. In other words, that's by saying the korban. Just saying that, which is a generic language. Not like that. We specify all the korbanos musaf. And you're there about pay, so I thought a sitter. Don't know about heart. I'm not have a sitter. This is the widespread custom in English notes, and you can't deviate. He says it's an obligation on every yachid to mention the korbanos of the musafim. But the korbanos of Rosh Chodesh, we say just milvad olas chodesh. We don't mention the specific number of korbanos. They see because it says bakesi yom chagenu, on the day which is covered, on which we make the chag. Shechodesh yemuchuseh, the Rosh Chodesh should be covered. Maskim beremes lomaris musfei zikaron hazeh. Yom hazikaron hazeh. Oh, we say no. We don't say well, I guess you don't say Rosh Chodesh. Okay, we say musfei yom hazikaron hazeh. Musfei plural. And Rosh Chodesh make yom hazikaron. Rosh Chodesh also called the day of commemoration. We also allude to it by saying two goats to atone, which includes a Chad Rosh Hashanah and a Chad Rosh Chodesh. One of the we do say it. No. Okay, we say that. Okay, we do say that. We misremember so badly. We say it's the second day as well. I've got the Mani and Rosh Chodesh Min Yom Rishon, even though Rosh Chodesh is the first day. Only the most Ezra from the time of Ezra and onwards. El was never 30 days, and therefore there's only one day Rosh Chodesh. Nevertheless, perhaps when the Mashiach comes, Yasumu, where they're going to make Elu a leap month, the Minu will be Yom HaSheni, and Rosh Chodesh will be on the second day. Therefore, we should not deviate from the formula. Yom HaRishon from that change it for the first day, second day. And just like with in every Rosh Chodesh, which is 2 days, Omri Musaf Korbanos Seha, we say Musaf and the Korbanos Yom HaRishon. The first day, Gakin Av Sheh Monim Sheni, even though the real Rosh Chodesh is the second day. So to here we do the same thing in the reverse, and there's no issue with it. Even though it's not quite the same, obviously. Vav, you should know that the meaning of in Ashkenaz is not to blow shofar during the starting of Shemoneh Esrei. The great Magen Avram and the Knesset Gedolah agreed that this is the minhag. A minhag Sfardim should talking gam balacha. Minhag Sfardim is that we do blow. They do blow also in the starting of Shemoneh Esrei. HaShulchan munach l'fanav the shofar. The Baal Tokea has a shofar in front of him as Dav Shemoneh Esrei. Chol K'shem Magim l'sov Malchus, and all the people when they get there in the Malchus mamtinim. They wait until the Baal Tokea reaches that point in davening. But the Rebbe Himakri blows without somebody calling out the Tchios. Shagam because now the Mafsik can say them. L'chem b'sof zichronos to the end of zichronos. L'chem b'sof shofaros, and then the shofaros. The Yizar Tzibur Shabim Tar HaTokea also Lafsik Ligarba, and the Tzibur has to be careful. And the Baal Tokea makes a mistake, you can't interrupt the Shemoneh Esrei and rebuke him. Yinichu Kach, they should leave it. They're already Yotze with the Kiyos before Shemoneh Esrei. Kiyos shall say there, Bracha is Em Akvos. And these Kiyos which are according to the order of the Brachos, they're not an impediment. At most, after davening, Yom they should say to him, he made a mistake. Should go back and blow what was wrong. Then the Seder Makeh, if the order is not an impediment, because I'm going to see for Kodem, like wrote Simon Kodem, like wrote in the previous Simon. Zayin Shacham Mishnah. Chacham learned in the Mishnah. A Pochsim Masor Malchus Masor Zichronos Masor Shofros. You don't do fewer than 10 psukim of Malchus, 10 psukim of Zichronos, 10 psukim of Shofros. Pirush Gemara explains Kenega Asor Parim Halu L'Tzi Balu Kel B'Kodsho. Corresponding to the 10 times it says Hallelu in the last capital in Tehillim. The Sham Halu B'Seiko Shofar, and this is because it's linked to that which it says here. Praise him with the blowing of the shofar. V'haluka, hallelujah, yen. When it says, or at the beginning, it says hallelujah, that doesn't count. Ain't no question. Can't call the shama. Also call the shama, the haluka also is not included. Okay, it says the Libas also corresponds to the 10 Commandments. You can call shofar, given by the sound of a shofar. That's why Mamash Ben Nivrolim, and can correspond to the 10 statements with which the world was created. If you embrace Rosh Hashanah, it was created Rosh Hashanah. In the sense, Shaboni Ra Adam. Adam is created Rosh Hashanah, Shu Tachlis Abriya, and he is the purpose, the ultimate purpose of creation. Like we say about Tozocher, like we say that Tozocher, which I think is by the Ila, Zayom Kles Maser Gomer. No, the Tozocher is Zichronis. What am I talking about? It's like we say in Zichronis. This day is the beginning of your deeds. Nearly. The Malchus Ma'amar Shabrias Olam. It says the Malchus corresponds to the 10 statements of the creation. The Tachlis Abriya, the purpose of the Briya, who Lekaba O Malchus Yisbarach, is to accept the yoke of God's kingship. Zichrones Segedei Seres and Dibros. Zichrones correspond to the 10 commandments. The B'schus the Torah Yal Zichrones Torah, the merit of Torah, we should be commemorated favorably before HaKadosh Baruch Hu. But Shofar Segedei Halulukos, and Shofars correspond to the 10 Halulukos. Because it says in that capital, praise him with the blowing of the shofar. Hey, Ches. These 10 psukim, Omrim Shalosh Mitorah, you say 3 from Torah, Shalosh Miksuvim, 3 from Ksuvim, and Shalosh Minabim, and 3 from Nabim. Same Shal Torah, and then you add on 1 from the Torah. Masha Mekdim, Ksuvim Nabim, that which you say from Ksuvim before Nabim, I've got the Nabim Gedolim B'Mayla Mishal Ksuvim, even though the Svarim of the Nabim are greater in their level of Kedusha than the Svarim of Ksuvim, She'enam El Baruch HaKodesh, because Ksuvim don't include outright Nevuos, or only things that say Baruch HaKodesh, because the nation Psukim of Ksuvim Hem Aschilim Meitilim Shomu David, because the Psukim which you bring down are from Tehillim. V'Kodim Bezman L'Nevim Achronim, and he came chronologically before the last Nevi'im, Shemem HaPsukim Shomrim, from which we bring down the Psukim. Also, we should go higher in holiness, so it's from Ksuvim up to Nabim. Even though we have to begin with Torah. But afterwards, the Ksuvim Chag Nabim Kedei Lalos B'Kodesh, in order to uplift in go higher in holiness. Rashon Lasiba also psukim, you're allowed to add to them psukim. V'avagav, the Kevin Sharamzi Alu who says Liba Sarmaros since we have all these correspondences to the 10 statements of the world created, to the 10 commandments, and to the 10 halukas, halus. So therefore, it would seem that it's not right to add on, not appropriate to add on. Now, let's define something similar by the 7 people who are called up to the Torah on Shabbos. Even though the corresponds to Shemam Yeshivas Roy Pnei Amel, corresponds to 7 people who would see the king in the source of the Megillah. Come Masifin. Nevertheless, we do Hosafos. Achinami Kain, who here too, we are allowed to do Hosafos. Test. Kol Zel Chatchila Ulehidr. All this is preferable, and it's for the mitzvah to be done in the most splendid way. With the Evan. But if, after the fact, I feel lo yishtim b'shal Torah, and b'shal Navi, even last passage was one of Naviim Yotza. But do things shal ksuvim. It seemed that the same would be true. Last passage was on ksuvim. Ma'ashal, what's the difference between Naviim and ksuvim in this sense? Chayim lo amar elo shlosh psukim mikulan. If it only said 3 psukim altogether, had a pasuk echad shal Torah, 1 of Torah, echad shal Naviim, 1 of Navi, echad shal ksuvim, 1 of ksuvim b'malchios. So it's 9 psukim altogether, 3, 3, 3. Yotzer. Blow night, this feel low mar psukim cloud, even in the same psukim at all. Shmar kema chushel chahir v'chule kakasum sarasel chen divrei koshel chen divrei v'yecha. It's they just cited that the references to this in Torah Nevi'im Ksuvim, Torah Ksuvim Nevi'im. Ayin Sham, see there. Yotzer. The Mr. Buddha says that Mogaran says it's only to be the average. You say you have to be careful to say all of them. It's true about all Shafas. You just say v'chem kakzuz v'chem divrei koshel v'chem divrei nebiyacha. Rakim yisrael pasuk shel Torah, but he started saying a pasuk from the Torah. B'rechlech lo amar pasuk b'ksuvim pasuk neviim. You also have to finish by saying pasuk b'ksuvim pasuk neviim. That's what the Torah says. I'm sure he said if you didn't start with any pasuk, yotza. It's saying that, like it says in Torah. That's to answer according to 2, you don't have to say the Torah, they're all included in the language of Torah. That's a Rambam, lo yatsa l'kenamar pasuk shel Torah, ayin sham. You have to say a pasuk of the Torah, v'chokol place of arguing. You would v'nokul omar psukim ala seder. The same psukim in the order in which they appear. Chigon machios. Shamalchis first pasuk Hashem Loch Lamvain. The second was Lebit Oven, Vahibu Shun Melech, Gomer, Chen Kulam, etc. Miu Im Shina Aseder Sheitim Uchar, but if you said the later pasuk before the other pasuk, Yotzer. Chen Mash B'Magmara, that seems to be as well. Veskem Machis Yichor Zishav Shal Puras Me, so I don't mention psukim which have to do with Malchus and Shofars if they have to do with negative repercussions to the Jewish people. Such as where it says, with poured out anger, I'm going to be king over you. Or Vayitzkri Yibasar Hema, Shamir their flesh. Tigu Shofar, that's for Zichronis. Tigu Shofar Giva, blow Shofar Giva, that's the only negative pasuk for Shofars, Chayetzim, etc. Very psukim Zichronis Sheyachid, I feel Toiva. Also, Zichronis, you don't say psukim of individuals, even if they're positive psukim. Or psukim of referring to the masses. I feel typing that for good psukim goes Vadani Hashem b'Yitzon Amecha. Zachrei Hashem b'Yitzon Amecha. Remember me with the Ratzon of your nation. V'Zochar li Elokai l'Tabar. Remember for me, my God, for a good deed. So it has to be Malchus Zichronos and Shofros of the tzibur, not of an individual.